According to a former Prime Minister and a right-wing think tank, MPACUK is one of several Islamist activists who opposes Prevent. This has come out in a report written up by Policy Exchange titled Delegitimizing Counter Extremism. In this video, I'm going to break down the points they say about MPACUK and about me personally. Look, you can put words together in a sentence. That doesn't necessarily make them true. Here, the report's writers are simply expressing their opinion. They're not rebutting the real recorded experiences noted in the People's Review of Prevent. Even here, they have to specify that it's suspected Islamists who are reported, but they don't dig deeper than that. They can't. They can't admit that Prevent training flags normative Islamic practices for extremism. This was not the only time I've spoken about Prevent, and it's not going to be the last time I talk about Prevent either. Guys, I've hosted a series of events breaking down how the spread of CVE and PVE policies around the world is used to crush dissent. The first in the series was about UK and European policies, and the expert speakers gave case after case where they showed that these policies are used to crush dissent. And here we finally get to a point where Policy Exchange is tripping over their own words. Remember, they're trying to dress up organisations like MPACUK as some fringe religious nutters, and yet here they are trying to say that support for Palestine is commonplace. But they're shooting themselves in the foot here, because either support for Palestine is so commonplace that it cannot be flagged as extremism under Prevent, or support for Palestine is being singled out unlike support for Israel, and it is being flagged up under Prevent. You can't have it both ways. And guess what? PreventWatch's excellent report exposes that it is the latter. Yes, Gavin's letter did mention anti-Semitic attacks against Jewish students and teachers, but that was in passing at the start of the letter. The rest of the letter goes on about policing the students' political views on Palestine. It's very clear that Gavin's intent was to lump an irrational hatred and fear of a religious and ethnic group with the very rational outpouring of concern and solidarity by these students with the Palestinian people. And I believe that Gavin's careless compounding deserved dismissive air quotes for his dangerously loose use of language. Firstly, if you have to dig down 16 years, then you're really grasping to make a point. Secondly, if you're criticising someone for doing the responsible thing and removing inaccurate material, then you're grasping at nothing at all. Come onto our pages, debate with us, and if we're wrong, we'll remove material, and if we're right, then you have to admit it. But you're not going to do that, are you? And that point about the NUS just keeps coming up. Look, we're not banned from any campuses. They just don't want to share a platform with us, and no one's losing out from that. In response to this point, I'm just going to share my endorsement of the People's Review of Prevent again. I still stand by it. In fact, pathetic exchanges and Dave Hammeren's attempt at gunning at the endorsements rather than taking on the review itself only makes my words ring more true. Look guys, the fact that we're being included in reports being written up by establishment stooges who don't like Muslims and that are then backed by people like David Cameron, it means we're doing something right. So support us this Ramadan, donate wherever you can.